There must be something. This is
Yep,
what you just joined the resistance?
Oh, yes. No. Not really just. About half a year ago? Wait, more than that. Time flies when you're having fun. Well, fun.
Sometimes you need to make the best out of a bad situation.
Exactly.
Right. And it's my duty. We're doing good, important work here. Also, I didn't want to end up living the life my parents wanted for me.
I can identify with that.
We all can, I think.
So nice.
Everyone wants to follow
wish we
their
were
own
sisters.
path
Can we be sisters?
at
You
some
don't have to
point.
answer that. Do you have any siblings?
I
Don't
did.
think so?
Sort of. Long story. You?
Oh, lots. Boyfriend, do you have one of those?
I do. I think. We haven't spoken in a while, and he doesn't know. I think we need to have a long talk if I get back home. It's been a very tough year, for the both of us. I was asleep for a long time. I forgot a lot of the stuff.
Excuse
that
me if I'm
happened to
being
me before
quiet,
I
but
fell
I'm just
asleep.
listening to the story.
I tried to remember, but I couldn't. Until my memories caught up with me. Oh, Jesus. It's a long
It's like,
story.
let me tell you my
Very
life,
complicated.
let me give you my autobiography
Maybe
or
another
whatever the heck
time?
it's called.
Yes, please?
There must be something here.
Yep,
So,
let's go with that one.
No luck?
Nothing. Sorry. And I've read most of these before. I can't remember coming across any of those words you mentioned. There's not much else to do here in the evenings except read. I don't really have any female friends. It gets lonely.
So you bury yourself in the books,
Anyway,
totally
I've
understandable.
been through all the encyclopedias and travelogues, but
Nothing about the Purple Mountains or the Ula?
nothing. I mean, the Purple Mountains sounds colloquial. It may have a different name officially, but the Ular, there should be something about them. It's a magical race?
Yep.
They didn't look human.
Weird, there's nothing about them. They must be very isolated, or
We're very old.
Or
someone's trying to hide something.
Dun dun
Which would be weird and
dun.
very hard to pull off. Forget I said that.
I'm on a deadline. I should just cut this short. I'm on a deadline. I should just cut this short.
Okay, straight to the point, I see. Not even any alternatives or anything. Well, let's do it.
I guess I'll have to look elsewhere.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I really thought I'd find something.
No, it's fine. You did everything you
Do you want to be
could.
my friend? Oh, I already asked you that. I'm coming on too strong, aren't I? I am, I can tell. Stop it, Enu.
No, not at all. I'd love to be friends. And thank you for helping me.
Much good that did. I really wish I knew who else could...
For the love of the festering demon
Oh.
shrimps of Jaharva, do I have to do everything in this place? I didn't spend all those years living on the streets of Marcuria, pilfering food and liberating...
That 180 shocked the crap out of me.
I swear I'd be better off going back to sleeping in Abnaxis' stone tree. If I can't even get a mattress that isn't flea and maggot infested...
Abnexus. We have a possible informant here.
Too much to ask.
Sorry about that. Disregard him. Not important. There must
What
be
does
something
Blind
in this
Bob
library.
know?
I'm not giving up. I'm gonna keep digging until I find something.
You do that, and in the meantime, I'll go ask Blind Bob a few things. Which I'm sure isn't actually blind. Or at least not in that sense, or... who am I to tell? Blind Bob, I have questions.
Blind Bob?
Eh? What? Who's asking? Well, blessed be Miss Straight Britches. You're the lass what brought me mulled wine back when I'd hit rock bottom in Marcuria. What in the name of the eight-eyed octo-god of Tartellus are you doing here?
Eight-eyed
I
Octo
was
God,
about
dear
to ask you the
Jesus.
same
You talking
thing,
about Cthulhu?
Except for, not those words exactly.
Oh, I left my life of beggaring behind. Cleaned myself up. Joined
Yeah, I can
the
see that.
resistance.
You're looking better than
I'm
ever.
a general now. I'm making a difference.
Sounds good, buddy.
He was theoretically blind, but now he can see. It makes less and less sense the more I think about it.
I don't remember the reasoning for it, but I seriously need to look up the term theoretically blind, cause I can't make sense of that.
I just can't imagine how the blind Bob I met in Marcuria turned into this man. It's an impressive transformation.
Well, there's the thing, when you hit rock bottom, there's only one way to go, and that's up. And you may have a revelation that helps you literally kick off the ground. And I guess he did, because he became a general.
General?
Just, not even a complicated sentence, just... General? What the heck? How the fuck? Okay.
It's a long shot, but...
Well, he didn't actually mention Purple Mountains, but he did mention
Didn't he
Abnaxis.
just mention Abnaxis? Or was that my imagination?
You know what, let's go through the ones that are less important for the actual story, because I want to find out more. So, Blindness, Resistance, General, Purple Mountains, and then Abnaxis is my order. Let's do this.
What happened to your theoretical blindness?
Cured! I was blind, theoretically, but now I can see. To be honest, some days I wonder if I ever was theoretically blind, or if it was all
hypothetical.
You know, just in my head, like.
Oh,
It was simpler being blind Bob and resorting to beggaring and vagrancy than taking a long, hard look at myself in a speculum, particularly on account of the blindness.
Do you mean a mirror?
I wish me old pa could have lived to see me. He always believed in me, even when I didn't. To the bitter end, he told me I had potential. I nodded and wept and promised him I'd try my best. Then, as he drew his last ragged breath, I stole his purse and his breeches.
Ouch.
Well, Pa, I'm
Oh.
sorry about the breeches. I'm making something of life now. Making something of myself. I'm no longer blind Bob. Call me Bob who
Bob
can see.
who can see.
General.
Alright, that's a success story in my ears. But dude, that I can I can imagine the kind of grief / guilt when you're like at the like millisecond when your close relative sleeps, or well, gets tucked in for the final sleep, that you're just like, I need this, I need the things. That must be shameful as hell. Oh well, Resistance.
How did you end up with the rebels?
Not long after you and I met, I overdosed on mulled wine. Spooked me good, that did. I figured I had two choices. Either spend the remainder of my days in the gutter, stinking of foreign spices and currants, and to be honest, there didn't seem to be a whole lot of days left. Or I could clean myself up, try to amount to something after a lifetime wasted on wine, women, and various gutters. The moment I looked up, I saw how the Azadi were running magicals out of Marcuria. I couldn't ignore it. It was disgraceful. I mean, magicals always treated me with kindness and respect. I felt I owed them. So, here I am, doing my part and paying my debts. Aside from the gambling and the bar tabs, mind you.
Paying his
And
debt
I feel
ethically,
20
not
years younger
materially.
to boot.
That's a good man. Doing the right stuff at the right time when it's needed the most. Okay, General, please.
Are you an actual general?
Aye. See these stripes? General Bob, that's me. I takes care of the logic sticks round here, so the place don't crumble to pieces.
Logistics.
Shepard's busy with the strategering. Kian sorts out who to murder and how. Liko makes a fine job of being contrary, and Enu keeps everyone's spirits up. I mean, when she's not shooting Azadi soldiers in their eyeballs with her bow and arrow. Me, I make sure the ladder's stocked, the sheets are clean, relatively speaking, and that the piss pots are empty. Can't
So
go
you basically-
to war on a full bladder.
Didn't he
Yep.
just mention Abnaxis? Or was that my imagination?
They seriously gave him maid duty out of all the things. I mean, it's certainly better than nothing. But given what he's been through, I could picture him a motivational speaker at the very least. It's like going around giving people hope and saying like, I have been down the gutter and believe me, it's not pretty. Well, like, being in the gutter, who would say that would be pretty, but still, get my point. Motivational speaker, I could picture him being that. Either way, Purple Mountains.
Have you heard of the Purple Mountains?
Oh, aye. Aye, of course. Everyone's heard of the Turtle Mountains. They're...
No,
Purple,
sorry.
not turtle.
Purple, not turtle.
That's what I said. Turtle.
Do you have problems with P?
Right, of course. You don't know. Why would you? My apologies, lassie. See, I have
Yeah,
a serious
thought so.
P deficiency. It's been a lifelong struggle. The Turtle Mountains. Nope, never heard of them. Sorry.
Well, then we have only one choice left, and that is Abnaxus, the name he was referring to before.
Do you know someone called Abnaxus?
Abnaxus. Now there's a name I haven't
Haven't spoken in years, you literally spoke about him like 7 minutes ago.
Sorry, I just overheard. Actually, I met Abnaxus recently. Well, I dreamed about Abnaxus. Or maybe it was more like a vision. This sounds crazy.
We'll go with
I
vision,
know.
because dreaming about him sounds really weird.
To me, lass. Abnaxus turning up in visions. That's exactly the sort of fellow he was. Persistent, unpredictable, and not a little annoying.
And slightly ugly as well.
I met him when he was the Venar ambassador to Ireed. This was before the gutters, when I was still a dapper chap on the Markurian party circuit. We hit it off, especially seeing as I was going blind, theoretically, and he saw everything, past, present, and future. Years later, as he was leaving town, he entrusted me with the key to his home, said to take care of it. I'd sleep there from time to time. Very uncomfortable bunk. Musty smell of ancient books and foreign weeds. I didn't much care for it, to be honest.
I'm sure he said key. And where there's a key...
There's a hole to unlock. Let me ask you about this key. Hopefully you have some
I'm
answers.
sure he said... You said something about a key to Abnaxus's house?
May I have
They
it?
called it the abode back then. Abnaxus's abode. Primitive accommodations, but luxurious location. Prime real estate. Central with a garden view. Very quiet at night.
So...
The key?
A really fancy
Do you
place.
still have it? Sorry, this is really important.
Oh, I carry it with me every day. After all, it is a magic key. Figured it might do me lumbago some good.
Magic
What
key?
about this house? I mean, the abode.
Also still there, and not hard to find. Sits
Oh,
right
it's that-
circled
it's
in
that
the
house,
centre of
okay.
city green. Abnaxus carved
Yup.
it out of a petrified tree with his own
Petrified tree, I thought
morbidly
for sure it was a
huge
giant
hands.
rock thing.
A few years ago, the authorities turned it into an historical landmark. Of course, no one can get inside on account of the Venar magic. Not without the key, at least.
Can you tell me what this key
This
is?
key. Can I...
Oh, sure. Heavier than it looks, ain't it? More powerful than iron, worth its weight in precious stones, and then some. This magic goes back to the first magic. None of that modern hocus pocus. You feel it in your fingers when you hold it. Tingles, don't it?
It does. Sorry, I know this is asking a lot, but can I...
Borrow it? Aye, why not? It's done the lumbago no good. And I don't have much use for the place, now that I've a proper bunk.
Oh,
here.
trust me, I will put it to
But keep
proper
it
use.
safe. Abnaxus left most of his belongings behind and entrusted me with their care. I'd hate to betray that trust.
I promise.
Thank you for the key. And thank you for trying to find the stuff, Enu. I will be missing you guys. So, all of this stuff done. Speak with Shepherd. Yes. Let me just see. Just saying, I love that talking like ancient magic or the first magic, like, because with all the like hocus pocus and theatrical magic today, and now I'm speaking in the real world, I just the logical part of me is saying that like magic doesn't exist, but the hopeful part in me is saying like magic doesn't exist because we forgot the true magic. And the real me is just waiting for like someone to find a book or something with antique spells and be just like, magic exists and we can prove it and everything is magical again. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for.